and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Welcome back, guys. If you're new here, sit back, relax. Nice easy terrain, always cheaply made, you know, try to save you money, time, effort, everything else. If you're regular here, guys, I've got a love, thank you very much. At this time is 205 subscribers, absolutely mind-blowing. Big thank you to everyone. I'll see you in a second. So what are we doing this week? A while back, I made some Necromunda terrain that you can stack and change around, and I made a few walkways to go onto it. And I actually gave it away on a giveaway. I think it's August giveaway, I think it was. I'm not sure, but anyway, I gave it on a giveaway. And since then, I've had more ideas of how to improve that and how to make it, a bit more crazier. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get onto that and show you some crazy ideas. See you later, guys. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, Cathode Box, yeah? Now you can see this one's just been popped open from the top there. Okay, yeah. It does open the way down, but just try and open it to the top there so it gives you, only gives you that space that you have to work with, yeah? Now what I'm going to do is, you can use masking tape. I'm going to just use a couple of sticky labels. As I always end up with half a little reel in my pocket every time I finish work, because the printer only doesn't register it when it's a certain size, so you end up taking out a bit, another one in. I end up just chucking it to one side of my pocket where everything's everywhere. Right, so I've just stuck those labels on. You could use masking tape to sort that, okay? So there's the start of it. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to undercoat that black. Now I'm not just do one, I'm going to do quite a few of them. Okay, now I've got, I think it's 3 or 4 of this brand, 3 or 4 of another brand, and 3 or 4 of another brand, which is great because even though the boxes are structured the same sort of size, they're not the same size, so it gives you different height, slightly different heights. So I'm going to get on with undercoating all these black, taping the rest up and giving them all the spray down, and I'll see you in a second. I'll share this with you before I start underspraying. See that I've taped the sides as well on all of them, yeah? Now, already you can see different heights, okay? It's already comes here just by looking like that. But we're not stopping there, we're doing a lot more than this. But I'm just going to give you just a quick little look, okay? Because you can do walkways going across. So you could have walkways going across and, But anyway, I'm going to give them a spray can black, and then I'll back to you in a minute. Right. So let me just here's something I forgot to say when I really remembered when I was spraying it. You put it down, spray the top first. Always don't do the bottom bit first. Spray the top first, okay? Then spray the sides, this side and this side. So then you've got these 2 points here where you can pick up and turn it around, okay? And turn it to an angle where you can spray one side and you can walk around and spray the other side. Okay, leave that to dry for an hour or so, and then 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And when that's dry, then you can flip it and spray underneath and leave it to dry. Now the reason we're spraying the whole thing on the house, I didn't do it underneath, just to keep showing you that look, it's made from a Cathode Box. And I actually do need to go over that and give that a black paint, because otherwise if it's any damp on it, it'll just soak it up. So anyway, we give it a black spray, black paint all the way around, because then we can do whatever we want then. Now, when I come on to those, because there's not going to be end of those, there's still more stuff to do on them, which actually we have to do it in a way that we can use it in different ways. But we'll go on to that later on in the video. So those of you that saw my original Necromunda terrain build, you'll know what these are. Got me dropping them everywhere. These are pieces of a foam board. Okay, now I think it's 1 mil of thin card at the top and bottom, and then it's just foam in the middle, like a little sandwich. Okay. Now, for some reason, I used to use the white one all the time, and then it used to be a pain in the ass because I was to undercoat that, and then but with this one, any bits that I miss with undercoat, it's already black, so it hides it nicely. But this one, is some reason the inside part doesn't always come out perfect. I don't know. Anyway, these are 5 inches by 6 inches, or what are they? Sorry, 6 inch. By 5 inch. Now that measurement, I mean, you can make it 7 by 7 if you want to, or 6 by 6, it's totally up to you. But for me, that measurement is perfect for the next stage, what we're doing. So what I've got here in front of me is a nice big sheet of board. It is actually just over 16 inches long by 12 inches wide. So 12 inches is perfect, because that's 2 tiles. That's 16 inches, so we have to cut it at 10 inches to give us the size that we need. So I'm going to get on with that, but I'm going to show you how to do some L shapes and stuff like that. So guys, I'm going to cut that into the square, and then we'll work from there. See me, guys. Right. So what I've done, I measured it 16 inches. I cut it 10. No, I cut it 15, and then cut a 5-inch square from there, so I get an extra 2 tiles. Now what I've done now is, let's stop carefully and show you. You're not going to be able to see it too well. Okay. What I've done is I've lined 3 by 3. I've lined it so that I can have 3 squares. You see the line? Yeah, that's the line that I'm going to cut off, so that's going to give me my L shape. And then I've got a nice L shape that I can place down any way I want. But then what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing again. Okay, so that's 10 inches by 12 inches, or 12 inches by 10 inches, something like that. And I'm going to do the same sort of thing again, but I'm not going to cut an L shape. I'm going to cut a square out in the middle. Okay, I'm going to get on with that, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. See you guys. Right, so I've cut those. Big shot going out there. I've cut those. Okay, you can see it's not the perfect of cuts. Yeah, that's not a big issue, because it's from my finger and just move it out. It's not an issue. I've got 2 of those. Okay. I'm still going to cut this one as an L shape, but I'd just do that for a second and show you what I'm going to do with the next little thing. So these are sprues. Okay, we all know what these are. Now I'm going to take my clippers, and on the underside, see that it's a little bit knobbly bit sticking up. I'm going to take them out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them so that they sit flat. Or flat-ish. Then the plan is I'm going to put them on some greaseproof paper. I was going to fill them with some PVA glue here and there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use hot glue here and there. Now, once I've done that, I may not do all the panels on here, all the bits on here. I might just do some bits to give me the walkway bits, like not always give me like little spy holes. The plan is to use these with this, but at this point they might be useful and used, they may not, but I'm just letting you know what I'm doing in case I do use them and you go, how did you do that? Okay, so I'm going to clip all of one of them, and my way of thinking is it's going to be like, this is one of the normal tiles, yeah, it might be like, you know, going along there, say up to the joint, so just to give it like a wall. But the problem is I don't want to do it bigger than these guys, because when they sit on there, if that's coming up to the line here, it's miles bigger. So I don't know, I'm thinking about it to use as like a blocker to make walls and stuff, so you can have them down flat and have little rooms in this, like a building being explored, or you can have them stacked up in these multiple levels. And I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to clip one of them anyway, just in case I do go that way and go, oh actually yeah. So I thought I'd let you know. See you in a minute, guys. I'm going out of control a little bit here, so I thought I need to stop myself, record a little bit, and then crack on. So this gap here, okay, that was that part. I took, that's this piece here at the bottom, okay, and then I took off-cut pieces, and this is 4 inches wide. So then what I started doing is mounting them up to make steps. Okay, so then we go, oh yeah, let me show you 1 second. Let me show you, put it together there like that. Ready? Now we have steps, but I'm not going to hot glue this to this. I'm going to hot glue this together, and it's going to be separate. Now it's nearly the same height as these, so it could be outside, there is a little tiny gap, okay? Anyway, so you can see that there is a tiny little gap. It's not exactly the same height, but that's not an issue at all. Okay, see you guys. Right, so what I did with the sprue as well, okay, I cleared it, but I only took one bit. I thought instead of trying to use the whole thing, what if I snip bits off? So the bits I snip off are as high as that, yeah, or slightly shorter, and just do like that. I filled one of them with some hot glue. Actually quite easy actually. That should be drying in a minute or so. Well, a couple more minutes. I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to pin it off and I'll have a look at it and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to hot glue the bricks together, the stairs together. Now, one other thing that I'm going to show you as well. I've obviously got loads of these. These are empty vape boxes, juice boxes for vapes. Now, I'm going to masking tape it, if I can find a masking tape. If not, I'll use the little labels around the edges and then give it a spray down. Now, these could be used as, you know, barricades. You can use as ammo crates. These could be just used as random boxes that are just used scattered terrain. But you don't need to use this. You can use empty mess boxes. If you know someone that smokes, you can use empty cigarette boxes. Obviously tape, you know, the edge of it. Any small little box like this sort of shape, or you know, any sort of rectangular small box you can use. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else what other small boxes there are. If it comes to me, I'll let you know in between time. But I've got loads at hand, so I'm going to use those. So I think they're nice, good. They're not strong, but they can hold a plastic model, and they can be stacked up nice to make nice little walls. They can be used vertically to make higher walls. So I'm going to use some of those on this. I'm going to tape them up. I'll show you when they're taped up and give them a spray down. Yeah, it's kind of a bit too mad here, so I'm going to crack on with just gluing that together, because I've already, what I'm looking at here, I'm already thinking about other things that could be done to it, but otherwise it can be used in Necromunda. And what I'm coming up with is actually, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the cat boxes at the beginning. They're still to come into it as well. So anyways, I'm going to crack on with that. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Right, I've glued this together. I think I've cocked it up, to be honest. I think it doesn't look as good now as it did when it was down there, and the idea was like, oh, great, fantastic, but it's still good. It's actually think my measurements are slightly off, because it's actually pretty much the same height as that, which is good. Obviously outside here it's not, because it hasn't got the platform to be on. Now here's this. Sort this off. Easy as that. Now that. So if I put that on there, if I hot glued it like that, it's going to make a nice little panel. It's actually fantastic. So I'm going to crack on and do some more of that, and I'll come back to you in a minute. I was going to say, this is insane. The last Necromunda Buildings video I did, I think at this time, it's over 2,000 views, which is absolutely insane for something so simple and easy to make. Now, some people are going to say, John, we can't get our hands on these teal rolls, okay? And I can understand that. And the only reason I use them is because they're readily available and they're all cut to the same size. So that saves me a job. Now, you could use one of these. Now, what is this going to say? This is the inside of tin foil. Now, it's not the same thickness, okay? It's not the same thickness at all, but I'll get stuck in there. You got stuck in there, didn't you? Yeah, you idiot. But you can, as long as you cut it the same height, okay, or roughly the same height, you can still use it. So if I cut that with a blade, it's going to be pretty much the same. Cut a millimeter or two out from piece to piece, but that's not a big issue. That just means the piece isn't going to be perfectly flat. It's going to be slightly at an angle, which is great. Yeah, so I'll show you that. Now, I also got another off-cut piece of foam, which is a long piece. It's not very thick. I think it's only about 2 inches wide or something. I'll measure it and let you know afterwards. But I've got these, and I glued 2 next to each other, a bit more, 2 next to each other, and do you know what? Hold on a second. Right. So let me just tell you. I'll just show you. There's wispy bits on it because I haven't cleaned it off yet. Just leave it to dry. So just bear with me. Okay. So I've got a nice walkway. Now some of you can see straight away. This is the same height. Okay. So if you've got a piece, let's say this piece, yeah, and there's a platform on top, even though it's the same thing, it's going to reach across, so you've got a nice walkway. Obviously I can't do stuff on top, so I can't put the panels on top. Okay, I'll show you why. It's because if you turn it the other way, you've got nice little bits, nice bit of terrain there. You can put like things like this, you know, just to block. I'm not going to glue it there, but you can just do things like that to block line of sight and funnel it through, or just this side. Yeah, so they have to go this way. You know, so that's one piece of terrain that's got 2 different functions, which is absolutely fantastic. If I show you that, so I'm just leaving it to dry. I've got, I think it's 5 of the squares left. I don't have enough of those little teal rolls onto those, so I'm going to hold on to them. So I actually want to put some of them underneath the cat boxes as well. So you're going, what? But trust me, relax. You know, I like it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to crack back on. Well, actually, you know, I'm going to call it at night, and I'm going to crack on in the morning, in the afternoon. So I'll see you then. I'm not sure if I recorded this footage, so I'm going to show you. So I get the glue gun, and this is all I do. Now in its hot state, it will run down and sort of lay flat. Let's try and get every little nook and cranny. Doesn't matter what glue gun you use. This one is closer to the where I'm doing it, so it's easier. You see this gap here? All I'm doing is building the hot glue up from around the edge. Okay. And what happens is you end up with pieces like this. Yeah. Let me take this one off. Look how flat that is. It's nice. Now when you look at it, imagine when I spray this black, okay, and I paint this silver, it's going to look like welded panels. Okay, so it's just nice and easy. Very simple. It's mould sprue. Alright, crack back on with it, guys. Oh wait a second, let me show you this. Yeah, I've hot glued these on. Okay, so the cat food boxes. Now these ones are on, this one is on the long side, same as this one. And these are on the small side. Okay, I'll show you why in a second, guys. So now we're going to make the, you know, little bits of scatter terrain. So what I'm going to do, use this box. I said you can use, this is a vape box, you could use a cigarette box, you could use a match box, use any small little box that you can find. Now you could use masking tape. I can't find my masking tapes around somewhere, so I'm going to use these sticky labels. Just let's go around the edge, seal it up. It doesn't have to be spectacular, okay? Again, this side, seal it up, and it doesn't have to be spectacular. Now, when I put the label on, if for whatever reason it's slightly short one side, I just put another label on, or a bit more masking tape, doesn't matter. Now, some of you get, what are these? These are curtain hooks. You know, we put the curtain through and hook on. These are going to go onto here, okay? I'm going to glue these on. I'm going to hot glue these on to make like a little symbol on there. I'm looking through my toolboxes. The wall plugs can be used. Whatever the hell this is. Not for the boxes now, they can be used for different parts of the build itself. I've got a heap of these. So even with these ammo type box crate things, you can use them as not objective markers, but they could be on the game where people go to them and root through them and stuff like that. Or they can be, you know, they can be objective markers, or they can just be there as scattering. Entirely up to you. I'm going to get on and hot glue those onto the ones I've made, and then start putting the paneling on. See you in a minute, guys. So I've done those, they're just drying. When they're dry, I'm going to give them a spray down. Now, they're going to be like ammo type crates, they can be scattered anywhere, but I still want more that I'm going to do, but not glue the little curtain bits onto them so they can be stacked. Now, onto flooring. There's different bits of flooring you can do. Let me show you some of these bits that one of these. So, what's that? This one is yogurt. So big pots of yogurt come in this into the store, and it's packed into the shop like that. Now these bits at the bottom are perfect. You see that, how rigid that is? Perfect. The only problem with them is they're circular. Now in terms of your models, perfect. You can cut them out, glue them to the base, trim the excess off, and then glue your, you know, clean and glue your model and glue that on top of it, and then undercut the whole thing and work away on it. Perfect. In terms of what we're doing on this terrain here, it's not so great, but I could cut it out. I'm going to attempt to cut it out circular, and then try and cut it as square as possible, and then use the square, have one down, over gap, miss another one, and then have another one. There's also these type shapes, but again, these could actually be pretty good. Cut them out and glue them down to do large spaces. But again, even if you're playing 40k, you could use these on bigger, you know, vehicles and stuff to make it look like it's going across mesh. Yeah, this is another type. Okay, it's not as great. I've just got it to show you. Okay, there is one this sort of size that is meshed like that, and I couldn't find it when I was at work, so not that I was searching for it the whole day, but just couldn't find it. Again, this isn't something else. It's okay, not great, but these pieces on the side here are actually perfect for making your walls and fencing and stuff like that. Just an idea, guys. And these ones here, these are perfect for Terminator size base, and this is actually strawberry cheesecakes. But this is perfect for Terminator size base. But these bits in the middle can be used for barricades as well, so it's actually a win-win. Same as the first one I showed you. These are excellent for barricades. They can be used as, you know, blockers and all that. And I might actually do one of those just to have a look, show you guys. Anyway, guys, I'm going to crack on with it because this is going to be a long video. I don't want it to be a long one, but it probably end up will be. Now, I'm going to do this plastic onto the bits and pieces. I'm not going to do all of them. I'll do bits and pieces of them. There's other bits of flooring and stuff, and like these type things. Okay, what are these? These go behind furniture with a strap to screw them into the wall so they don't come away from the wall. You know, all those type of things. I'm going to just glue up all the bits of plastic on the bits that I've done already. Then I'm going to spray can them all. Then there's some of the bits are going to have bits of polystyrene and stuff like that to them, and foam added to them. So I'm going to do that, but then I can't use a rattle can, so then I have to hand paint them, you know. But it's not an issue, but that's what I'm going to get on with. So next time you see me, these will be cut. There'll be some placed here and there, and there'll be a few bits and pieces done. Just a minute, guys. Right. Okay, I have 3 of them. As you see, they're not easy to cut out, but you want to cut them out so they're roughly like this. Yeah, so it's easy to work with. Now, I've cut one already. It's absolutely amazing, amazing. Where you've got the lines coming down, all you have to do is cut down one line and then cut across another line, and you end up with something like this. How perfect is that? That is perfect. Now that, for me, I mentioned the helipad build that I'm filming, repairing that and sorting that out, and I was looking for one of the bigger trays with this on it. That has just saved that build. So I wasn't going to do all of them, and I might just, I've got two more here to do. I might just cut those out and then save the rest for that, because I'm going to need a lot for it. That is awesome. Now obviously when you go into the supermarket, don't just pick this up, take everything out and take plastic, yeah? Try and get one, ask permission, yeah? But if you're purchasing yogurt anyway, look for one that only has one yogurt in it, and then you're picking up 2 or 3 yogurts, so you put them in there as well. It's easier for you to carry. And then you've got yourself essentially 6 squares. One of them has writing in the middle, yeah, so you may have to disregard that one, but still, that's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I'm gonna trim these 2 down and then go for a few of these ones, the bigger ones. All right. A mess everywhere. I'll see you guys in a minute. A few things. Be careful when using the knife, guys. Yeah. Now I went crazy and cut all of these panels. Then I went over and I started using hot glue, and it doesn't take the hot glue that well. It's melted it just here. This side isn't glued down, but it's just, there's still heat coming off of it now. It's sort of just melted it down. Unfortunately, so what I'm going to do, it's not a big issue because it's going to look like it's battle damage and it's warped and whatever else. So now I'm going to go with the trusty super glue. There we go. That looks a lot better. So I have to wait for the super glue to dry. That's the only problem. That's the only reason I went with the hot glue in the first place, because it's so quick and easy to dry. I believe that's probably warped it. Melted that piece of plastic. Alright, it happens. You learn from these things, and because I'm doing it and I've done it and it's like, oh no, that's wrong. Now you guys don't have to do that. You'll avoid that mistake. Just do one more on. And then we have some nice bits of rain there. Now when that has a bit of silver paint dry brushed over it, because I have to give it a quick black spray, but I have to be careful of the foam to not hit the inside of the foam. The top of it's paper, so it'll be fine, but I have to do it from a distance to get the, you know, I can't, if I paint this with brush and paint, because it's card, it's going to puff out and it's going to be ruined, so I need to give it a gentle spray down. I've done that before in the previous build, so it's not too much of an issue. But anyway, I'm going to get on with super gluing the rest of these, some of these on, and I'll come back to you. I'm going to do the panels like I was meant to do, okay, and do all that, and I'll back to you then, okay. See you in a minute, guys. Right, so I've given it a quick spray down. Some of you are going to notice it looks a bit weird because I've run out of black spray. So I literally went to all the old cans I'm sitting here, because I don't put the cans in the bin, I put them in the metal recycling, and scraping out the last little bits. Now that's okay, because I'm going to get some thin, I'll get some black paint and go over the top there. Most of that's covered, so if that does start to buff out, it's only going to be a little bit. Let's give you a quick, there's all those pieces there. Give a quick look at this lot. Yeah, again, look, started running out of black paint. Absolutely annoying. This piece here is that thing that holds the furniture to the wall. You just put all the rest of them on this side. Yeah. It's one of those sprue walls. Looks okay. There's that flooring on there. And And then there's this lot, yeah. And the last one I had to get a bit of grey sear on, but again that's not an issue because I'm painting these black afterwards. It's just to give it initial cover to stop it from fluffing out. Look, you can truly see where that melted now, can't you? So yeah, it's not a big issue, but anyway, I'm going to leave this to dry and crack on back on with other stuff. See me, guys. Right, so I haven't painted the underneath of this. The reason why is I ran out of black spray. But apart from that, the reason why is you can't sit down like that because there's a little knob bit here, the little icon on top, so it's not going to sit flat. So that way it sits flat, yeah, and it saves a bit of paint, a bit of time. So all I've done is I sprayed them all down. I've gone over them with a bit of Abaddon black, just tied them up here and there, you know, bits are missing, it's coming through. I was going to do some it's wet. I was going to do some just normal boxes, but I had an amazing idea for, not for this, it's for Necromunda, but I'll have to replenish a few that I have. Yeah, I've got a few over there, but I need to get more. And that'll already be in a couple of months, I'll do that idea. So all I'm going to do now, with these pieces and the actual building bits and there, I'm going to dry brush them all with a silver. Now, with these bad boys, I might paint this like a purple on top, you know, just a little symbol on top, just to make it stand out a little bit more. But that's basically what I'm going to do. So I'm going to dry brush it all down. It's literally it, dry brush down with silver. I might get a little bit of beaten copper here and there to give it a little dry brush here and there, and then I'll be back to you when it's all done. Okay, see you in a minute, guys. Okay. That's all dry brushed. Stop bouncing the camera. That's all dry brushed. Little bits are done. About that. Huh? Nice and easy. So simple. Now, I didn't show you how me dry brushing it. There's no point me showing you that. You know how to dry brush. If you're not sure, chuck a comment on this video and I'll talk about it and show you how to dry brush. The Cathode boxes, I've only done one dry brushed. The reason why is I'm out of time. I wanted to try and get more and more stuff done to them, but I'm really out of time. I'm back to work tomorrow for the next 5 days. So, but here's one little sneaky thing. These are the stickers on the side to seal the box. But that you could easily paint silver lines going across to make ladder. Now, the reason you don't want to put a ladder on the side is because you can turn it. Yeah, you can use it either way. I didn't dry brush, I didn't do underneath, yeah, because I had to stand it up. Anyway, so what I'm going to do with the Cathode boxes, it won't be next week's video or something like that, but over in the next month or so, a video will pop up to do this and what I'm doing here. Okay, so just keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. I've also got another video that I'm halfway through doing, which is going to be an extra video as well. So that's what I'm talking about. So guys, if you watched, enjoyed this video, liked it, please hit like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I'll show you some pretty pictures now. Now, forgive me, I have not got any Necromunda models, so it will all be 40k models on there, but it is for Necromunda. I'm going to show you this as well. This is the grey sear because I ran out of black spray. I tried to go over it with some normal black, Abaddon black. I'm thinking of leaving this as grey sear grey. I'm not sure yet, but you check on below and let me know. I'm going to set up some pretty pictures. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Stay for the pretty pictures though. Okay, here we are, guys. Bear in mind, there's 4K models on there, so don't freak out. Some people are going to say to me, how to do this, how to do that. One thing I'm going to be asked, these are wall plugs. Okay, these little bits here, just wall plugs just hot glued on. So we can go from this to this. Yeah, just basically swap these two around, put the stairs in the gap. Yeah, I've designed it so I can put another one up there. Flip the bridge over, gives you all your little blocking bits. So these can be ammo crates where they can get ammo from or stuff like that, or you know, objective markers, or they could just be line of sight blockers and you know, things that block models from getting through. As you can see, it's a nice little setup there. To this is the cathode box flipped up the other way. That's why I put them on there. Yeah. So look at that. That paneling looks like it's just welded together from nothing. So guys, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons for me, and I'll see you next time.